It's day 8 of our bucket list Alaska cruise aboard the Viking Venus, and we're sailing through the stunning Yakutat Bay, heading straight for the largest and most active glacier we've seen on this trip, Hubbard Glacier. Come along with us to see why this region is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Because we're in a protected area, Viking Venus must adhere to the same environmental restrictions as we did when we were in Glacier Bay. But unlike in Glacier Bay, we were not required to pick up a park ranger, and all narration was done by the 3 onboard naturalists, who you could hear over the ship's PA system and broadcast on the stateroom TVs, which made it easy to follow along from anywhere on board. While this was a day designated for scenic sailing to view the Hubbard Glacier on board the Viking Venus, there was an optional excursion offered to board a catamaran to view the glacier even closer. But for a whopping $400 a person, we opted to stay on the ship. And after seeing how crammed that catamaran was, I did not regret that decision. Way too people-y for me. Because of the environmental restrictions eliminating the use of disposable cups or containers for to-go items while in the park, we ordered room service today. And that fit perfectly into our plans to enjoy the beauty of this area from the quietness of our balcony, away from the crowds on the upper deck. Time to step out on the balcony and actually get the bird's eye view of what's on this TV screen. And it's real cold out there, so I'm all bundled up because I'm from California. We don't do cold very well, but I still love cold weather vacations. So come outside with me and let's check out the Hubbard Glacier. I'll drop a link in the description of the outerwear we packed that kept us nice and warm while enjoying every moment outside. Good morning, Wrangell. Is it cold out here? I know I'm all bundled. That's where we were. And that's where we're going. As we made our way deeper into Yakutat Bay, the scenery just kept getting better. Snow was still covering the mountains, and there was so much wildlife. Unfortunately, I couldn't capture them too well on video and pictures, but I still have my mental memories of the mountain goats, Arctic terns, and the puffins. And those little chunks of ice you see floating in the water, you might think they're icebergs, but they're not. One of the criteria that needs to be met for a chunk of ice to be classified as an iceberg, the height of the ice must be greater than 16 feet above sea level. The smaller bits of ice are known as bergie bits and growlers. A bergie bit's height is generally greater than 3 feet, but less than 16 feet above sea level. Growlers are even smaller fragments of ice and are roughly the size of a truck or grand piano. They extend less than 3 feet above sea level. Just as we entered Disenchantment Bay, we heard, then saw, a colony of sea lions resting on a rock near the water. In 1792, Spanish explorer Alejandro Malaspina named this area Puerto del Desengaño, which is Spanish for Bay of Disenchantment. This was due to his disappointment that the bay did not lead to the legendary Northwest Passage, but ended at Hubbard Glacier. Now let's talk Hubbard Glacier fun facts, and I'll put a link to the website if you want to know more. This massive, jaw-dropping glacier is North America's largest tidewater glacier. It stretches a staggering 75 miles in length and is about 7 miles wide at the face. And that towering ice wall, it rises 600 feet, with 350 feet visible and another 250 feet hidden beneath the water surface. The Hubbard Glacier actually starts high up at Mount Logan in Canada, the second tallest peak in North America. After traveling through the Yukon, the glacier ends right here in Wrangell-St. Elias National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. UNESCO stands for the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And UNESCO World Heritage Sites are landmarks or areas with legal protection due to their cultural, historical, and scientific significance. Now, this is where it got really exciting. The captain actually got us less than a mile away, and we got a front row seat to some impressive calving events, so much more than at Glacier Bay. And because we were able to get closer to the Hubbard Glacier, the video quality here is much better. Calving is when the ice breaks off with a thunderous crack and crashes into the water below. Each calving is a reminder of just how powerful and alive this glacier really is. It's like Mother Nature's applauding her own work. Here's some more fun facts we learned about the Hubbard Glacier. The ice here has been building for centuries. Some of it has been compacting and thickening for over 500 years, and in some places, this glacier is more than 2,000 feet thick. Unlike many glaciers that are retreating or getting smaller, Hubbard is still growing and thickening. It's been on the move for the past 100 years and continues to push forward towards the sea. It's one of those rare places where you can see nature in action, still shaping the landscape right before your eyes. Yakutat Bay and the Hubbard Glacier did not leave me feeling disenchanted in any way. Were you disenchanted after seeing this? Now that I've shared my view of the Hubbard Glacier with you, let me know. Would you have paid the extra $400 per person to get on the catamaran to be about a half of a mile closer? I can honestly say we had zero FOMO not leaving the ship. Thanks for joining us. If you made it this far with me, here's a sneak peek at day 9. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in Valdez.